And we are live. All right, everyone. Hi. Today I brought Sebastian from Content In to see if we can turn my scattered approach into the systematic revenue generating machine. And the thing is, I have big problem with engagement feed on LinkedIn, and I'm not sure if you ever tried to create your custom feed. Then you need to go on to bookmark it. Then LinkedIn restricts you with 15 accounts maximum. It's really hard to follow and everything, and that exactly we're gonna try to solve today. And we're going to explain you the reason behind that. But before we go, Sebastian, please, can you introduce yourself and tell me more about you?
Sure, man. Thanks for the intro, Sebastian. I'm Sebastian. I'm the founder of Content In, and Content In is an AI ghostwriter for LinkedIn. The reason why I started this tool in the first place was that I'm running a web development agency, and like I'm sure many of you, I was using LinkedIn for lead generation. And I had two problems basically. I was mainly doing cold outreach, and very often I was sat in the room with the wrong people. And that was actually the initial reason for me to start Content as like kind of like a qualifier. And eventually I also, went for the absolute dream of like not having to do cold outreach, but actually getting inbound leads through Content. And what I quickly realized is how much I suck as a copywriter. So it took me like
All
forever
of
to come
us.
up with ideas. It took me forever to write posts. It used to take me like 2 hours just to get something out, right? And then hear crickets. I'm sure that sounds familiar to some of you. And yeah, there was just this really, really big pain. And I was like, okay, I need to learn how to solve this. So I done like all the courses, coachings, whatever, to learn the basics of LinkedIn, of copywriting and whatever. And then I ended up having several tools that I was using, right? One for analytics, I had a spreadsheet, and I had like, at that time there was no GPT even, so there was no AI involved yet, just the systems. And I was like, okay, no, there must be like one tool to rule them all. And that was the initial idea for Content. And then while we started, GPT 3.5 came out, and AI content for the first time was somewhat usable. So we jumped on that. And actually the full vision of creating the AI ghostwriter was born. And yeah, we've been working on this ever since.
Nice. Probably the best idea comes from our personal problems or from the clients as well. So I think you already validate your idea, which is great approach when you start building something. Usually I have bad experience. I start building something that I didn't previously validate it, at least to solve my problem, then move to the market. So yeah. So look, Sebastian, thank you very much for introduction. It's really nice to have you here.
Thanks
So
for having me.
you're welcome, man. So today, call or presentation or podcast, name it however you want. I imagine it in a way to fix my current flow. So you mentioned it for yourself that you created content in because you go from one tab to another tab, one tool to another tool, right? So this is my current problem as well when it comes to my current flow. And my current flow is to create strategic content, then create targeted engagement list, then leave valuable comments on those lists and people, then post the content, then go in relationship nurturing, which means track who comment, then I can DM them as well. And then finally, from that whole process, I would like to have better conversion. So current situation for me, I can show you how it's look like when it comes to the engagement feed especially. And for the content process as well, we can demonstrate one example using the Content In as well. But I would like to show you the current problem if you are okay with this.
Yeah.
So,
Cool, man. First of all, it's the golden strategy, right? So the combination of content and commenting and doing that strategic and doing it consistently is what makes LinkedIn work.
yeah, well, but by the way, I forgot why the main reason why I'm doing this is basically beside of the social selling thing, because you building the relationships through the comments and DMs as well. The second thing is that LinkedIn algorithm will probably showcase your content after you publish it if you previously comment on those people or DM them. I mean, look, I tested out, but on my profile, I'm not using some LinkedIn algorithms status or stuff like that. I mean, when I do the DMs or comments with other people, 70% of those people are shown in my feed, which is currently my target. I wanted to do that because the goal of my content is not just to build awareness and reach. I wanted to reach out especially targeted people who can be my potential prospects. And that's the way that's the reason why I'm doing this special tactic or strategy, call it
Yep.
whatever you want. So
Yep.
let me share my screen. So Sebastian, do you see my screen on
I
LinkedIn?
do.
Perfect. So current situation in my feed is the way how I nurture my leads is with my custom feed here. So I'm targeting the affiliate marketers, as you can see here. So I add 13 people, 15 is the maximum. Then whenever I want to post my content, I usually do 1 hour before commenting session to engage with my potential prospects. So this is confusing for me because I also have another feed here because of the creators that I support and I like. And I would like to have better lists so I can track everything on one tool and basically to create more systematic approach to this current strategy. So how we can fix this, but most importantly, before we go into the main problem, can you please navigate me a little bit about content in? By the way, guys, I already create an account here. I connect my Chrome extension from the content in, which will help me later on to optimize my feed and show me my other features. So, Sebastian, can you guide me from here?
Sure. My pleasure. Yeah, thanks for setting this up. At the Chrome extension, we'll get back to this in a second. This will be very helpful. Maybe as a first step, can you click on production in the top navigation there? Because we've already generated a couple of post suggestions for you during your onboarding. We will, basically read your LinkedIn profile, and we'll analyze who your target audience is, and we'll analyze topics that you should write about, and we'll basically, suggest them to you. Obviously, you can tweak them. In your case, you have you've done this already. And we've basically created post suggestions based on those inputs. So the idea here is that asynchronously, basically like once a week, you can like go in here, review the suggestions, accept the ones that you like, decline the ones that you don't like. And then we'll go ahead and write post drafts for you again asynchronously in the background. And we're going to write 3 post drafts for each of the suggestions for you. The idea behind that is, think of this like managing a ghostwriter, right? Ghostwriter comes to you, gives you a list of, hey, we can write about this, this, and this, and this. And you're like, yeah, I like that. I don't like that. I like that and that and that. And then the ghostwriter goes out again, writes a couple of drafts for you, and comes back with the drafts. That's the idea behind that process. Maybe just accept 1 or 2 of those suggestions to kick the process off. As you can see here, we have trends and we have normal suggestions. Basically, the trends, we are using Grok AI in the background, and we are seeing what's currently trending on Twitter regarding your topics, like what are people talking about, and we generate post suggestions from that. And for the other one, We are checking your topics, your knowledge documents. If you've uploaded any input data, we generate post ideas based on that. Or we use Claude basically to come up with ideas for those topics as well.
So when I click accept, it goes in AI progress, right?
Exactly, it moves down there. You can accept many, and they will just queue up, and will just work. The ghostwriter will basically work off one by one and come back to you with drafts. I think you already have one going, right? In the all the way in the top.
Yeah.
Right. So if you click on this, you basically see like the 3 drafts that we've generated. We always go in and try to mimic your style with the first one, and then we generate a best practice one. This is the most repeatable, let's say, from the way it's written. And then we have a wildcard. The wildcard is based on our huge library of viral LinkedIn posts, and it just grabs a random one. So this is a cool way to like just spice up your style a little bit, or try new stuff.
Okay. Can I ask you just one question? So these drafts are created by scraping all of my previous posts, analyzing my tone, and analyzing my LinkedIn profile, right?
Correctly. Correct.
So I think what is important to highlight here is basically if you don't have optimized profile for your specific target audience, right? Then any tool cannot help you, right? So basically, the better context you put in, the better content you create, the content in will perform way more better, right?
Exactly. Especially like if you don't have posts yet, that's all right. Then we just start with a baseline and start improving from there iteratively. If you already have posts, is a huge help, as we can learn from them. Definitely, it helps if you have a very nice profile with a clear about section and a clear headline. That will help the tool immensely to get a good idea about you. Otherwise, you just have to give a little bit more manual input. That's basically the difference.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, look, my current profile here is that I'm targeting LinkedIn affiliates. I mean, affiliates in the terms of publishers and advertiser. I see a huge gap here, and that's the reason why targeting this specific audience. And basically, if you can see my current profile, it's, let's say, well optimized. So when my publisher or advertiser, who is my target audience, lands on my profile, it already understand what I do, how I do it, in which time frame, in which framework, right? And this is also really important for the tools such as Content In to understand the context and scrape all the data to be able to produce better content. I mean, Sebastian, we are comparing this like if you are working with real ghostwriter, right? The real ghostwriter will ask you specific questions, take your profile, take your website, anything available about you to be able to understand what type of content strategy to create.
That's usually how it goes with AI. Yeah. Oh, I mean, it depends on what I'm doing. If I'm coding at least 1 or 2. A year ago, it was still like fighting with my 2-year-old daughter. So like it sometimes felt like there's absolutely no comprehension. I think we got out of this, out of the completely stupid phase. Especially like my favorite tool at the moment is Claude Code. And that really feels extremely empowering at the moment. Yeah. I basically feel like Superman now with Claude Code, and like the difference is like really like last year, the fight with AI kind of like felt discussing something with my 2-year-old daughter, and this year it's more like explaining something to a junior developer. So that's a huge step up, huge difference. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool, man. So, first of all, the reason why we built this is that personally, I think the LinkedIn feed is a cluttered mess. You're already like one huge step ahead by having your filtered, basically custom lists. If you don't have that, you cannot find anything, and you're just distracted because, like for me at least, the algorithm it really doesn't work. I think once you have like more than 1,000 connections or something, it's just a mess, right? And then exactly, and when you know like okay, I need to do like a couple of comments a day, and it's actually really quick to do that if you're on the right post and you just have to write it, right? And send it, it's fairly quick. But if you have to like do all this navigating and um, exclusion of distraction to just get to those 20, 30 posts that you actually need to comment on, it's quite a chore. So that's why we built this. And yeah, let maybe switch back to your LinkedIn profile and go to one of your custom lists for me.
Okay, I'm on my custom list using the old school method, which is the bookmarking my
Cool.
Chrome extension. So what's my
So
next step?
the way to replicate that with content is basically go to any of these profiles that
Hmm.
you want to add to a list.
Okay,
And now you see the content in icon just below the banner image and next to the bell on the right.
this one.
Yeah, yeah, just click on that.
Okay, and it's added, right?
Yeah, it might take a couple of seconds, but then it should be added. If you move back to content in, now we have a check mark, it should be there.
Uh-huh. So,
Maybe probably the easiest way is if you click on the little settings icon in the right. Yeah, that and go view all creators.
I see.
All right, and we already have Jenny Gonzalez. All right, so this is how you get a person into the tool and how you start following a person in the tool. Do you maybe want to add like two more, just so we have a few
Yeah,
profiles to work
def
with?
definitely. Let's go with my affiliate list. Let me add this guy as well. And I think I can add this guy as well. Oops, I click it here. So when I click on here, I add this post, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That the idea behind that is if you see a post where you're like, I should have written that, right?
Yeah.
And then you click that icon there and you store it into the content in ideas, and then you can actually repurpose it and rewrite it in your style from there.
Oh, nice. That's really great tactic. I mean, you can go even on your profile and rewrite it the post which perform good. By the
Yeah.
way, I see this like when I am on my profile and I have really great statistic here. We're gonna come back to the main issue we are fixing, but this is what caught me attention here. Is basically what I can do is I can find how I can find most engaging post here. Like here, most recent, most likes, right?
Hmm.
And then can I click on this post? Let's say,
Nice, man. This one blew up with Jasmine.
yeah, because of Jasmine, trust me.
Yeah,
Okay, I
of
click
course.
on this post and then I can add it here if I want to rewrite it, and which means
Yeah,
this.
but actually you don't have to because we already have it in the system anyways, right? So all
Oh,
your posts, also the one that you previously posted, we are importing. That's why you already have it in the analytics and stuff, and you can like go in there into the analytics, find the one that's working well, and just repurpose that.
got it, got it. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Now when we
But what
add,
you were showing there, sorry, the profile insights with the sidebar, that's actually working on other profiles as well. And what I find like super powerful here is you can like figure out what works for other people, and you can also see on what other profiles other people are commenting, which is a nice way to find new profiles that are relevant for you.
oh,
But
by
that's
the way,
that's really an aside now.
okay. I mean, when you say commenting, this is also you can track all the comments here, right? Where I live.
Yeah,
Okay, let me
yeah.
go. Okay, comments. I see. I see. Love
Right. So
it.
now I know that you're already always commenting on Jasmine, and
Charlie, Jenny as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
Okay. I mean, this is great way also to approach the commenting strategy. Basically, you can see on how many clients you're commenting here as well. Uh, okay, Sebastian, I add the list. Let's see the creators. I think, yeah, I have these two guys as well.
yeah.
Now,
Cool.
for example, in this case, you are not my target audience and the Charlie is not my target audience. And
Yeah,
those three are how I can create different lists. I mean, probably it's an
yeah.
option.
Absolutely. So now, like, if you go here now, you will have the posts of all of the creators that you're following, but you can basically sort them into lists. So if you again go to the settings icon and then create new feed list.
Okay, affiliates. And then I can select the profiles.
Exactly.
Jenny and this guy. Okay, save list. Cool.
And
Now I
basically that's
click.
it. Now you can choose the list. Exactly.
Nice. Love it.
Yeah.
So I
And then you can
see.
basically just write your comments, or we have AI support for that as well. If you click on that little pen icon there, it will come up with a few suggestions. Over time, we'll also train those comments in your style. So right now they might be a bit generic, but they will get better over time. The more you like write comments here, and basically do some edits there.
Okay, this is like I choose the option which AI comment I can use, right? And then
Yep, just
what?
click on it.
And
Yeah.
oh, I like this part that I can edit manually. By the way, guys, I don't support the AI comments, and even Sebastian is this on the same opinion. But the thing is, if you wanted to do the commenting campaign on scale and to read every comment, analyze every post, to see what you're gonna comment, it's time consuming. Here you can get, let's say, a recap of that post in a comment, and then of course you can add your personal touch, add and comment it.
Exactly. So this actually works two ways here. What I mostly do is what you just did, and then I just have like something that takes away the blank page syndrome, and I just edit it and make it mine before I send it. Another way to do it is you can also use the text box to give input, and then you can click the pen icon, and then it will use your input to generate a comment for that. Or you can just write it manually. Either way.
Or guys, if you want to hack, you just fix it. You make mistake in the spelling, and they never gonna think it's it's a AI comment. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, brings
I
us
mean,
back to the stupid M dash discussion. Like I personally, right? I used to be a printer. So I'm like
wow.
really like typography is actually something really important to me. And I love the M dash. And it's in my, I use it. I actually use it.
Me
So
too. I
so
mean,
f- yeah.
every time when I fix the spelling using the quick quill bot, it always suggests me the
Yeah.
M dash. I don't know what's the reason about M dash. I mean, but who
Yeah.
cares? No, now, guys, I hope you understand the strategy here. And the strategy here is, as we said on the beginning of this call, is to basically create relevant content to your target audience, warm up that audience to be able to see your content. Then after that, you can track them, who comments on your post, and go into the DMs and start social selling approach, which I suggest to offer them some free help and see what they find helpful from your content. But generally, what I find helpful about content in is that you don't have only the ghostwriter, you have the person who plan your content here. You have a system that track all of your analytics on advanced level that you don't have on the LinkedIn. And did I
We
miss
actually
anything, man?
have sorry to interrupt here, but we actually have comments analytics here as well. It might not show up for you yet because I think we're only importing that once per day.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a real game changer for me because you can actually see how many impressions your comments get. And that was like, oh, you can actually figure out like on which profiles your comments get impressions and what comments make sense, and which profiles you should comment to get more exposure. It's actually a really underrated hack, I think, to get more reach on the platform.
By the way, because I agree with that 100%, because even LinkedIn include LinkedIn impressions comments. But look, what is really important for me, can I see who replies on my comments in this analytics?
You can see the number of replies, but no, not who replies yet. But we have this on the roadmap.
Nice, nice. I mean, even the numbers of replies are really important because you're not gonna put here, let's say, 100 people on the list of the prospect. You should put from 10 to 20 to have clear focus. And if you have really good reply rate, that means the social selling tactic works, which means they're gonna see your content. And even when you go and reach out to them inside of the DMs, they're gonna already know you because you already leave some cool comments on their post and bring additional value.
Absolutely.
Sebastian, let me know if I miss anything else regarding to this tool. And by the way, guys, generally I try to share one specific use case that you can use when it comes to the content in. And Sebastian, do you have any other use case that you can share with your current customers that are sharing with you? Is it option for more profiles under the one system, for example, for agency, or it's more focused by one profile? Can you tell me more features, advanced features,
Sure.
and any additional use cases?
Sure, my pleasure. So the standard plans are basically for more for like single users, which would mean you get like one LinkedIn personal profile, but you can add as many company pages as you like to it and schedule and create content for those as well. But we also have an agency plan that would then allow you to, manage multiple profiles. You can also onboard your team when you have like content managers to manage like certain profiles for you. All of these will have like the full features of our pro plan, so the full AI ghostwriter, analytics, the comments that we just saw. It's also a cool way actually to handle comments for clients, right? Because you can do it like we're commenting through the official LinkedIn API. But so you can handle comments for your clients without having them to share their account directly with you. So that's a nice hack there. Something that we've skipped over a little bit, but we don't have to go into, is the full post editor. We have AI image creator, quote image creators. You can attach whatever you like to your post. You can schedule your first comments. You can schedule the posts, of course. So yeah, a full working post editor and scheduler there as well.
Nice, nice. I mean, I think overall you provide huge value by showing up and sharing your tool. I really appreciate that. Other thing is that we show one of the use case they can use in case of the social selling tactic, but you just present so many ways that you can use content in to take as a full advantage and make LinkedIn that really works for you. And I mean, my honest opinion, my honest feedback on this, that in the era of AI, of course, you can do a lot of things faster, like you can scale up a lot of and delegate a lot of stuff. But the thing is, again, you need to be present, you need to control the tool, you need to add your own context, have in your head some of the process. For example, this process that we showcase when it comes to the social selling, I mean, you need to think on your own, because you see the features on inside of the tool, but if you don't know how to use those features strategically, then that every tool is useless, not just content in. And that exactly. I just wanted to highlight that part for my audience to understand that when you come to the tool, understand the features, what they can do, and then you don't need to use them all, right? Use what works for you. And in this case, content in perfectly works for my tactic, which is social selling and strategic content, but for somebody else can be different use case, right?
And absolutely. That's kind of the way like how I like to look at it as well. So first of all, I want content in to be like the one tool that you need to handle all your content requirements. And I also basically shifted from creating a software to work with to actually an agentic AI system where you kind of like manage a process more. And this shift, like we started to implement half a year ago with the post-production, and we get really, really good user feedback on this. So like basically the goal for the tool is to become more and more like that. Like it feels like you're managing a process rather than you actually have to work with a tool, if that makes sense.
Makes sense a lot. Okay, guys. Sebastian, thank you very much for being my guest. I'm gonna leave some discount for the content in case you are interested to use it. You're gonna have everything in the newsletter edition. Again, I hope you like this edition in a way that you realize some potential of the content in how you can use in your particular use case. And Sebastian, if you have anything else to add, please let me know now. And yeah, that's it.
I think I'm good. If you want to learn more, just reach out to me on LinkedIn. Maybe you can put the link somewhere.
Yeah, definitely.
As well, or I don't know how you publish that. That would be the easiest way.
Definitely. They're gonna have everything included. And yeah, thank you very much, man.